Hello, all of you Vainglorious, wonderful people, and welcome to Oxygen Not Included Launch Upgrade. This is a game that just left early access. Well, for me, it just left early access at the time of recording this. By the time these go live, it'll have been about a month. Wrapping up the Planet Coaster Ghostbusters DLC videos for the next couple weeks. You're releasing wildlife. I thought I get to choose my duplicates. I do. Okay. So, I'm pretty new to the game still, so I'm gonna make mistakes. So forgive me. But you know, we will get through this. So we have duplicates. We start with 3, and you can see they all have interests, traits, different things like this. So this guy be a good cook. That'll be a good doctor, and they can eat anything. Yeah, you're not really all that useful to me. Because you don't have, wait a minute. Your excavation but increased medicine. Interesting. So definitely a good cook here. Can also do science though, so that's kind of handy. You can do medicine and excavation. We need excavation, you'll see why. You're fast and a good cook, and you don't care what you eat. But other than that, you don't really bring much to me, so we're going to go for a random. There we go, husbandry. That will come into play eventually, so that works, and then we're just going to go for a... There we go, the Prosperous Spacerock. I'm good with Prosperous Spacerock. And there we go, we're in the game. Yeah. So it gives you the alert. We landed on the right planet, but we were underground. So that's kind of what we are doing. Building a colony in space. There are some objectives, if I can remember how to find them. We'll get there eventually, I guess. Yeah, I don't remember how to find the objectives. There they are. Okay, survive 200 cycles, which that's a day. Maintain 16 morale, which somewhere you can check that. I don't really know where. Vitals, morale. There we go, morale. The morale right now, little low. Print 12 duplicates. You'll see what that's all about as we go through. And build a great monument. So all 3 sections of the great monument. And of course, breach the temporal tear. So basically, you have to get to the surface, build a spaceship, and go to wherever the temporal tear is. So we are underground. We can see a little bit around us. And basically each little chamber, like this is unbreathable. Up there is some oxygen, but down here is just carbon dioxide. There's some liquid water over there, but it looks like it has a little bit of issue with carbon dioxide throughout there. So we'd have to deal with that. Where we are currently is fine. Up here looks like it's nice and happy. And of course you can also see your oxygen overlay here. So like there, we eventually need to get fresh water. So I'm going to open that up and we'll deal with the gases. But you got all these different overlays. Shows you, you know, your temperatures, all that. You can see the further you go towards the core, the hotter it gets. Sometimes it also gets warmer up there, but not always. Materials overlay just shows you what materials you have everywhere. Which I've yet to really learn what they all mean exactly. Light and so on and so forth. First things first, though, as you can see, we have no outhouse, so they have nowhere to do their poo and pee. And we have no oxygen diffuser, which we're going to need almost immediately when I bust through that wall. So the first instructions I'm going to be giving to my guys are to dig. Dig that way a little bit. Dig that way a little bit, and then once they have gotten some sandstone, I'll have them build a ladder up. And we're not going to do the tutorials. I've read them all already, so I don't need to read them again. So there we go. We've got the ability to build ladders now. I'm going to build one straight up to there. And then I like to tile everything in just to help me keep a good idea of where I'm planning on making my different rooms. Whoops. Not there. So we just get that all tiled in. Must be an unoccupied space. Once they get out of the way, I'll be able to put that in there. I must have dug one too low. That's fine. We'll let them dig that out. And then up here, I want to do about the same thing there. And then I want a gap. I leave a gap every time. Not enough materials. So, yeah, we run out of materials eventually. So then we just have to wait for... Oh, never mind. It just became available. And we're going to drop this down right here. And then it'll also need power and everything. But we're going to let them get this all going and get this dug out. That might be a little too high, honestly, for my next room. And I'm not so thrilled about that. The rooms only really need to be about 4 tiles tall at the most. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Very rarely do you get things that are much taller than that. So what I could do instead is go right here. Let's go just a little bit extra. Build a floor right there. And then tell them to dig all of this out as well. Just to get it, you know, nice and consistent. And they'll jump up on top of things. They're absolutely adorable little people. Duplicants. And they're called duplicants because you print them. I don't know what this is like. That's all carbon dioxide. There is some oxygen in there, so we'll be alright. I leave these little gaps initially so air can flow between my different sections. You can see, though, since I've opened this up, the air is now mixing. So this was all solid oxygen, and there's oxygen over here. Well, now my carbon dioxide is all settled and is starting to creep in. So we got to get some power for this thing pretty quick. To do that, I want to make some things a priority, which is this section right here. We're going to do power production over here. I want a pneumatic door, because I like my pneumatic doors, because they are really cool. So we're going to build up like that, so that this can become a room eventually. Not enough materials. Thanks, awesome. Great. And if you can, just dig out this whole thing, if you would. So I'm going to make all of this a priority 9. Or 9er. There we go. So you can change your priority. You can tell them what tools. You can put them on a yellow alert, which means they will stay working for as long as they can. You can even do a red alert, which means they will ignore everything else and just keep working. Their hunger, their sleep, all that. Why aren't you doing anything, buddy? Hey. Hey. What's your problem, Rowan? Get to work. Get over here. Unreachable. Why can't Rowan walk anywhere? Did we trap Rowan already? Let's just dig him off those rocks. I think... Oh, they can only jump down 2. Yeah. I kind of trapped him up there. We'll let him get out of there. There we go. I did manage. Must be built on an occupied space, which means I need to harvest that. There we go. Because that's a buried muckroot. I still don't really know what these shine bugs do. I haven't quite gotten that far into the game yet to figure that out, but I'm hoping it's something very cool. So once this gets dug out, we're going to turn this into a power production room with a generator and a few batteries. Going to go ahead and stock up because you wind up needing them. And then just to make sure that this room is nice and oxygenated, we're going to keep that in there. And then you need to plug it all in. So you plug it in. And then we'll bring down our main line and then plug all these in. Everything has to be plugged in. And believe it or not, these little single runs are harder to make than anything else. And then I will bring this down here and plug that in. And then I kind of like to just run them up my ladders so I can remember where my wire's going. And then now I'm out of supplies, so we have to wait for them to dig out more stuff before we're able to keep building. I would like to make a nice little wall right there and there. So they'll get that going. I am going to make sure everything in this room stays a priority 9. Because I want to get this room built so I can get this oxygenator going so that we are not oxygenator. What's it called? Oxygen diffuser. I'm thinking Planet Coaster, or not Planet Coaster, Astroneer over here. So these guys are having a little bit of trouble breathing over here because it's barely breathable. That's why we put in another oxygen diffuser. Over here, it's fine. If I wouldn't have already built that wall, those two would have equalized. But I did build a wall, so they won't. If you look, they're holding their breath as best they can. When they finally run out of oxygen and they're about to suffocate, yeah, they run out. They get a good breath. They may even be about to go to do something else. Okay. And then we also need to get on top of all this an outhouse going for them, which we will put right here. I don't have enough materials to build a door presently, so I'm not going to. But you also want to make sure that your duplicates wash their hands after they've gone poo and pee. So you put that right by the entrance and exit, and that forces them to wash their little duplicate hands. Kind of a cool little feature, I think, honestly. And we'll put that there. I don't know if they'll be able to reach that or not. We'll find out. And then I want a pneumatic door. Oh, I just ran out of materials. Ooh. Our first day is almost over. It's for some reason it's yelling at me about duplicate temperature. Are they getting warm? No, they are fine. That's perfect. Yep, it is now downtime, so they're going to eat, chit-chat, hang out with each other. Later on, there's actual recreational items that get added into the game. That's really freaking cool. There's just a lot to this. I mean, you're building a colony underground with just the resources you have here to turn them into your other stuff. And they're just going to sit there and chit-chat to one another. So we're going to speed things up. Get it to where they go to sleep. We are going to build them a little bedroom right up here, don't you worry. But for now, they just pass out on the floor. Hopefully in a place with oxygen. Nope, they didn't. So they're going to wake up not feeling very well rested because of that. So we'll get them, hopefully, some sleep. Those little guys look so fierce. I just know they're going to be mean. I just don't have anybody that can catch them right now. And yeah, the shine bugs wake them up. They need to take a poo. You know what? As soon as you give me some power production so we can get some oxygen, I will make your bathroom a priority 9. So get that built. If you have to pee yourself, and they will. They'll make a big old mess. Alright, come on. Let's get it going. Get this power going. Almost done. I need priority 9. Oop, not priority 5. I need priority 9 on all of this wiring right here. Let's get it going, boys. And then as soon as you're done with that, we've got power, so somebody will get on that. So now what I can do is come up here and say, hey, you know what? Before you start shitting yourselves, go build your bathroom. Oh, never mind. Somebody already shit themselves. So now we have to tell them to clean up after themselves. One thing that we will need, though, is some water, because the wash basin requires it. So to get to water, we're just going to build out our base, like a couple there. And then once that gets built and they dig out that little area, they will also be able to do a pump. Which, can I not rotate? This is like the one I can't ever rotate. Wait. The rotate key doesn't work. It always faces that way. I don't quite understand why. So they'll get that built. They'll hopefully get this built pretty soon. And while I do that, or while they do that, I'm going to take a drink of Dr. Pepper because it's nice and refreshing. I usually play the first dozen or so cycles on fast speed like this because there's just a few people. It doesn't go very fast. So, you know, I needed to kind of speed up since we have so few people. But here in a minute, we will get another guy. In fact, in one more production cycle, we will get the ability to print something. You don't have to print a duplicate. Sometimes you get other rewards as well. There we go. We've got our water situation. They are very excited to be building a bathroom because they all need to take a shit. Looks like we can dig that out. Yep. And then clean up your mess. And if you get this all done in this same day cycle, I'll build you a nice little place to rest your weary heads, too. But if you don't, you're sleeping on the floor again. They're going to do all that, aren't they? Did I make... No, I only made that little bit priority 9. Oh, and it's downtime, but they did get the outhouse built. However, it's out of order. Yeah, so I swear those things just look like they're vicious. So they're going to chill out again, standing in somebody's poo. What a lovely place to sleep. And now they're all asleep. My batteries are all nice and full, though, so the things that are plugged in are getting power. However, they will run out of algae. They also equalize. So once the air pressure is equalized to being, you know, where it needs to be with oxygen, they stop. They don't do anything anymore. As you can see, they just kind of chill and stop using power. So we're going to go back to digging up here. I don't know why that's out of order. Awaiting delivery, dirt. Somebody go get some dirt. Okay, it's fine now. Yeah, I don't know what that was all about. But it's better now. I also don't know why they're not able to build that. Seems odd. Oh, there he goes. He's doing it. He just didn't have the sandstone. So those are the basics that they need to really get up and running. So now we're going to dig out over here. And we're going to get them going with a nice little place to sleep. I want a door. And I want a tile. I'll probably make my rooms a little too big. Whoopsie. Don't build that. Don't build that. Thank you. Yeah, probably making my rooms a little too big. But I'd rather they be a little too spacious than not enough. I mean, wouldn't you agree? Wouldn't you rather be in a room that's too big than not big enough? I would. There we go. And while you're at it, just knock all that out because we don't need that anymore. Did I have them dig up there, or was that just dug out? I think that was just dug out. So up here, we've got some crops and things that we can go harvest. Looks like we've also got some eggs and some crops over this way that we can start tearing into as well. Furnace. We are going to... Or not furnace. Furniture. We're going to throw down. I'm going to do 5. That way we are ready to go for when we get more duplicates in, and I don't have to worry about building more cots for a while. And then we'll just start stacking them up. Like, I'll eventually knock that out, put another room with another door. The doors, by the way, keep critters out, apparently. I have seen some critters go through. But these shine bugs, like, I'm hoping this one gets out of here before they're done building. Because they will come in the middle of the night and wake them up because everything's so bright. Building entombment. What is entombed? That is entombed, where their food is stored. As they're digging and things, rocks fall and get in the way. We have the ability to choose a blueprint. So we could get some oxyfern plants, but I'm not quite ready to do that. Or we could get a guy who's really good at agriculture, which might be a good idea. He's also a good decorator, so you can garden and decorate. This guy's great at machinery and digging, Gossman. And then we've got Travaldo, who doesn't really care about decor at all, but he's also not really, he's just kind of there. I kind of like this excavation guy. I think we're going to go with Gossman. Welcome aboard. And there we go. That's why we built a couple extra beds. And then Gossman comes with usually a skill point already available. The other ones have to use or earn them. But usually your new ones, yeah. So like, there we go. So Gossman, again, really good with machinery, really good excavators. So what we would want to do with old Gossman up here is say, you're going to be a digger. And then we want to make sure you get your digger hat. I don't know if the hats really make them more skilled or not. I haven't figured that out yet. But we'll give him a hat. Oh, look, she's using the bathroom. Don't look, don't look. There, we'll cover you over with a tooltip. Okay, we're good. Oh, no, somebody else is on there. Wow, you're eating your dinner while there is someone right next to you taking a shit. They should all go to a cot. And now these, yeah, the cots are now assigned to them. And of course, you can see shine bugs in there, and they're getting woken up by it. So hopefully we can get the shine bug out and then build these walls. They've got a ladder, so they should be able to... Oh, I see why they can't build up there. everything has to be 2 tiles high in order for them to be able to get to it. So we'll get them on that. They will automatically make power as necessary, usually. Sometimes they forget that that's a thing they have to do, but usually they're pretty good to go. And now we're going to dig down. To do that, I need to destruct some things here because they can't build through the base tiles that you've put down. And we're going to dig down to about here for now. And then I'm going to dig out right along that ladder. Dig a big hole, and we're going to get a mess, or a cantina going, so they can cook and grow and work with their food. Honestly, though, with the food source being up there, I should probably put it up there. I really probably should have done that. 20/20 hindsight kicking in there. Why aren't you guys going over here? You can jump onto that, can you not? Should be able to. If not, I'll build a little thing up this way and let them go up that way. Got like a secondary walkway. Yeah, there they go. They're getting it. So I just like them to actually put the room enclosed, because then that will qualify as a barracks, which gives them +1 morale. And that's like, this qualifies as a latrine. So every time they go take a dump, they get +1 morale. You can't make it too big, though. And I do make them larger so that I can fit a couple outhouses in here, because they're clearly not too worried about privacy. I could just put like a bunch of doors in between each one, but they have to be a minimum of 12. So it's like, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'd have to do like a wall and then another one and then the wall. But they don't ever seem to really get too fussed about privacy, so I don't mess with it. Wow, they are making quick work of that. Holy cow. Let us build up as well, because I do want to go up here. So we've been going, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on the 6th one. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on the 6th one, and that's perfect. That's right where all those plants are. That's kind of handy. And then this will be like the little kitchen area where they can prepare food. Actually, this will be the mess hall. This will be where they prepare food, right below where they grow it. So I need to tell them to dig all of that out as well. Just dig all that out. In fact, dig all this out too while you're at it. Just go crazy, excavator. Oh, they're busy doing other stuff. It's sleepy time again. Like, I'm slowly starting to get the hang of this game. Like, oh, we're going to have to worry about oxygen up here, too. It's breathable, but it's not very breathable. And then we've got carbon dioxide that we're going to bust into over here. That we can quickly take care of just by putting a wall in. So I'm not too terribly worried about that. I would like to get a couple more outhouses in, just so we can have more than one duplicate taking a shit at once. And then what we'll do is say this is where the wall is going to go. Oh, you know what I'll do? Ah, brilliant thought here. Put another wash basin. So we can put a door here and have this. I've never tried this before. I've thought about it several times. But basically have it so that they can get in and out of the rooms in multiple ways. That might not be a bad idea. So we'll do that. And maybe we could even do like a ladder over this side too. Yeah, I like that idea. Let's do that. This is literally like my 3rd playthrough of this game, I think. Whoa, that was a really straight ladder you just made there, Brandon. Don't build that, don't build that. Sometimes when I'm playing it on fast speed, they're just like, okay, done. And I'm like, oh shit, I didn't want it. Whoops. Yeah, beep. I know, beep, beep, beep. And then they will not be able to build through that. So we've got to deconstruct that. I'm going to go ahead and deconstruct that. And then for some reason, they still have not built that tile. And I really like them to. Also, while you're at, deconstruct that one and that one. And that one and that one. Yeah, so I told them to build a tile and then immediately deconstruct it. Shh, pretend you saw nothing. So get this built all the way up here, and we'll just go up like that, and then we will cancel where we told them to build that, and then we'll go up with the ladder. And then we'll be able to get them a food source. Right now, they're able to like pick up some of the stuff, like the muckroot and things like that are just on the ground. Not a big issue for them at all. Plenty of water over here, which is really good. I've never really seen the water level go down as they use it. Maybe as you get more and more and more water usage, it does, but I've never encountered it. I want a pneumatic door there, and then I also want to put one here, so you have that as a nice little shortcut. Man, they are on top of things. Look at them go. Of course, I haven't started any research yet either, so that's probably part of the reason. Also need to start thinking about storage area, which maybe we'll do over here. God, that's a nice bunch of gardening there too. And then once they get up here, they should realize that they've got these harvestables and start working on them themselves. But we're at downtime once again, so I think that that is a good place to stop for today. Because that's, you know, oops, I forgot that you can't unpause that way. So what we'll do is we'll just, whoops, whoop, there we go. We'll just follow her around. And that is the intro to Oxygen Not Included. The game moves fast. There's a lot to do. I noticed earlier I didn't put it in like hard mode because I'm still learning. We may eventually do one of those as I feel I'm really starting to get the hang of it. But until next time, I'm Brandon, reminding you to stay vainglorious.